Alright, hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So, today we are going to be doing another How Hard Can the Unit Hit video. And this time around, I know the team build is really weird here. I do want to do Super 17. So his EZA just came out. I have my issues with it. A lot of issues. However, he is greatly stacking attack. So potentially, hopefully, by the end of this, he'll be able to look pretty crazy. I don't know if he will or not. But and the team build is so fucking weird here. So technically, Super 17, right? I do have, an actual 220 lead for him, that I own, obviously with Physical Omega. The issue with Physical Omega is his AoE. I can't have that AoE. Like, AoEs in this sort of, against Rose, like, it's just not, he'll die. 100%, he's just dead. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Can I even run you? I thought he had a, no, I'm thinking of Physical Omega as well still. But yeah, I have to play around AoEs and stuff like that. So I cannot bring Physical Omega. So we're actually on a 420% lead here. He is on the baby, 220. Now, as for baby, right, I am at some point going to do one for him as well. And actually, wait, he's on Battle Fate. I do want to do one for Baby, but for whatever reason, I was actually going to do his first since he came out first. The friends list, there's just no babies. So I'm going to do him eventually. It'll probably also be a similar setup to this. But this is the best I can work with at the moment, unfortunately. But this should still be very, very good. So, and this will be a sort of a break from doing all the revisits I've been doing recently. I mean, I do want to keep doing those, because I do think now is sort of the opportunity to knock them out of the park with all the buffs we've gotten recently before, if the numbers keep inflating like they have, before they get, like, too small. And also, I mean, some characters, with, like, Kefla, she got a huge glow-up from doing hers, so I want to make sure to do all the ones I can. But that being said, we're going to jump in here. Let's do this. We'll get the first couple of turns of stacking in, as per usual. And then I'm just going to get the stack in. I mean, I don't really know how much this guy's going to increase by, but I'm really curious to see what his sort of max potential is here. And we'll actually be able to get a lot of hits received, which is very good. The more hits received, the more his attack will go up. Because it's up to 7 hits. Is what like the max of it. So we'll actually be able to see him at 24 key, receiving a super here. I don't really know what this guy's going to get up to, because I've only run him under Omega. 12.3 at the start here. Certainly not the highest. Now, for when we do the big turns later on, the linking partner I'm going to have is going to be AGL Omega Shenron. That's why he's here, so not having, like, GT and such legendary power also will affect my power here. Also, I suppose I should have shown this, my Super 17 is fully link built. However, he is only 69%. I only have the one dupe in him. Part of the reason why I've been so hesitant about, like, doing Movie Hero Gohan, that EZA'd with GDC, at the very end of it, is I only have him 55%. But he's also a little more complex in how to get all of its attack abilities. I don't know if it's even really, like, feasible for me, honestly, to be able to activate all of them. Alright, sorry about that. I had to let the animation finish there, of course. But yeah, I don't know if it's even really feasible for him to get like everything active. I don't know. But I would like to do his at some point. I'm really hoping to be able to pull a dupe of him, and I just have not had the luck. So just to show, I do have one dupe in Super 17, but I do have him fully link leveled. So I think he'll look pretty decent by the end. I mean, when we have all of his big links up, as well as like Buhan's domain and all the items and everything, as well as like AGL Gogeta active. I mean, he is stacking attack greatly. So that does mean a lot. Now, for other characters, I mean, some of my highest hitting characters I've ever had, like Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta for the tag character from GDC, as well as my hardest hitting character, the tag Zamasu, as well as another one of my hardest hitting characters, the other part tag Rose. Those are characters that also only greatly stack attack.
My name is Glorio, the king of the third demon world city.
I had to let that animation finish as well, my apologies. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what we're going to get up to with Super 17, but I wanted to make sure to get his in, and I just wanted to point out that even though he only has one stack, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be one of the worst ones. He could be one of the better ones. I don't think he'll be one of the best, but I think he'll be able to put in some work by the end. I mean, we'll have to see. But we're up to 18 million here. Now, once again, I mean, this is without Legendary Power, GT, all those sort of links. We are mostly built up, though. So I'm not really... I mean, we did jump up like 6 million. For what that's worth. But I'm not really sure. So he's going to be a little bit more of a weird one. Oh my god. I'm just talking over the animation here real quick. Let me turn this down. Okay. I don't like talking over the animations, but we're getting interrupted so many times here. Listen, I'm at the end of this. I'm going to get to stacking. I'm not sure what this guy's going to get up to. But, I'm going to cut away. And I'm going to start stacking him up. And we'll see. So, I would like him to look really good. I will say overall, I'm not the most impressed with his EZA. He deserved a lot more. I really do think so. They did not. I'm not a fan of his EZA. It's just you gotta make the team weaker to run him, and then he's not even worth it, in my opinion. So it's just really unfortunate what they did to him, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna get to stacking. We'll go as far as we can. Get up to turn 100 or so, and we'll come back and we will see. We'll do the base turn and then the item turn for him. And we will see just how hard EZA LR Super 17, with a 420% lead, 69% can hit. All right, so we are back here. We are up to turn 97. So I've done quite a bit of stacking here. With Super 17, I mean, he's only stacking once per turn, but I have gotten his stack every single turn. So, I mean, we'll see. I think he may potentially be pretty decent, although his design is just so weird. And, once again, I only have, one dupe in him. He's 69%. I would run a friend lead if I really could, but, the issue with that is then my lead is even worse than it is right now. Because, I mean, he's a 170 lead. So this is sort of the best thing I can do to make him look as good as possible. And with that being said, I mean, we're ready to get started here. So we do have his full build up here. This portion, obviously, he gets with 18 or more key, which we already... Well, actually, it's 17 or more key. So we already have it, right? And then... Although we're not attacking yet, so it's not actually active. But then we also, start a turn. And then finally, there's this portion. Now, this is counting GT bosses right now. We actually do have the full 150%. So we have all we can from his passive right now. There are no items up currently. I also do not have Glorio support up currently because I had to rotate Ichigo Gogeta off for the next turn, for the big item turn and active and everything. Then next turn we'll pop Buhan active, or Domain rather. So we're ready to get started. Let's go. We'll see just with the baseline turn here, and then we'll get into the big turn. So I'm really curious to see what this guy's been going to be like getting up to. I don't really know. I haven't paid attention purposefully to what he's going to be up to here. Okay, so 94.2. Now keep in mind once again, he's 69%. This is a 420% lead. This is as good as I can get. He can technically go a decent bit higher though, but realistically, it's not like. I mean, I don't know. How much of a difference would that... Because the thing is, with the leader skill, that 20%, I mean, it will make a difference, but that's not the biggest deal. Because we already have 420% in that sort of phase, right? So, I mean, it'd make a difference, but it's not like a big difference. The bigger difference would be the 3 dupes that I don't have. But most of the raw stats, you do actually end up getting from that first dupe anyway. So there'd be a difference, but it's not like a major difference from what his max potential would be here. I don't think, at least. I mean, maybe I could be wrong about that. Now, Baby, I do need to do a stacking one for him as well. Probably will use a similar setup to this one. The thing is with Baby, even though he was at 50 some odd mil there, it's not really a good tell because I've been floating him constantly. And when he gets over on this rotation, where I've had AGL Gogeta for the most part, he does need a full extreme class rotation to have his guaranteed additional super. So he's going to have a lot of potential once I actually really focus on him. So we're not really paying attention to what he's doing here. But yeah, we're ready to get started. Let's pop the domain for Ultimate Gohan here, Boo. I don't even know why I started going into the proper name there, but I usually just call him Buhan. Okay, so I mean technically he's also, excuse me, Super Boo here. He's not actually Buhan, so there's also that to consider. But yeah, this is a 15% buff in the domain phase to Super 17, so that'll be a pretty huge increase to what we can get next turn. Now, I am going to try and avoid the Tech Key Spheres as much as possible here, because that will certainly help next turn if I already have a bunch of Tech Key Spheres made. Although, no, it should work out, because it'd probably be best to do Super 17 slot 2, because he'd have Fused Fighter with Super Gogeta. So it'd be slot 2 would be the best because we get GT with Omega as well. So I'll keep him in slot 2 next turn for the big stuff, and I think he's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, with the domain, the active, the items. Now I don't think he's not gonna be getting into the Nobillion range. I really don't think so. But he will be very, very high, 100%. So I mean, also once again, we did not have the Glorious part last time. Although, to be fair, technically it's just replacing the buff we lost. Because once again, he's just designed so stupidly. This right here. So now instead of 150%, with Baby not on the rotation, we only have 100% because it's counting Super 17 as well as Omega. With Glorio support, we do get 50% as well, though, so it's technically having the same amount of percentage in the phase 1 attack, I guess. Although, no, because Gogeta buffs Fusion. I was going to say, well, his support, and I don't think this guy's on Successors, right? I imagine he wouldn't be. Yeah, okay. Which to do? I guess we'll start with the AGL Gogeta active. I mean, there's no point in really popping Super 17's active here. I guess I could do it. Just to see it. I guess I might as well, but it's not really going to change anything about how this turn is going to play out. Alright, does he have a KO? When exactly did they introduce the KOs? I forget. Because he's from 2021. I don't know if KOs were a thing at that point. I can't remember. I don't think he has a KO, though. I guess we'll get it in just to see the animation, to see how much damage it does, but it's not... it doesn't give us any, like, buffs for the turn, like an AGL Gogeta active or something, or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta active, right? It's just... it lowers the enemy attack and defense, which I suppose could make us... the damage we do actually hit harder, not even our attack stat. But these guys can't even get attack and defense lowered, so... I just get the animation in here, I guess we'll do it.
Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17. Prepare to die! Electro Eclipse Bomb!
Okay, so we do get a nice 99 mil crit there, so I suppose there's that. But yeah, let's pop Gogeta. Alright, now to pop is active.
This is the greatest fusion of all! I'm gonna send you back to hell!
Alright, so with that, we do have a lot of orbs here that I'm hoping are really nice to me. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, with the orb changing item, I mean. But yeah, Super 17, I mean, we have most of our links here. Alright, Fuse Fighter definitely was good to get. I mean, it's an extra 5%, not the... a lot of the links, it's not like they have the biggest amount. Oh, did not mean to do that. But, when you add them all together, like GT obviously is a big one. Fierce Battle is a big one. Legendary Power. I mean, the extra 5% from Fuse Fighter, given that it's the Link skill phase, will be helpful. But I guess this is actually defense. What is Nightmare again? Yeah, it would have been good to have a Nightmare. I mean, 15% attack, but this is just more... nothing can really beat the AGL Gogeta active. And I suppose the only that I could have... because then, I was going to say I could have maybe not had like AGL Omega and had Strength Rose or something. But then I'd lose 50% phase 1. Right, so we're as good as I can get him here, essentially. Hopefully this item is actually good to me here. We'll see. Okay, hold on. That was really good. Please change the strength and the int. Oh my god. I swear. This item always has to fucking fight me. Alright, well, I mean, that's 18. I mean, even if it was just like one of those, I mean, I'd still try and get as many as possible, but that's just, come on, man, really? Alright, let me reset the turn here, and I'll try and get the best possible orb configuration. I mean, maybe it might even be something like just using AGL Omega's active after using Gogeta's, and that might be how to get it. I don't know. We'll see. But let me reset the turn. I'll come back when I have the best possible orbs. Alright, I was actually able to get it immediately here. So like I was saying at the end there, with AGL Omega active, I was like, okay, maybe if I pop this. I decided just to try not using the Super 17 active, playing everything else exactly the same. And as you can see, I mean, it does change how things can play out. So we do have the full 23 Tech Key Spheres. And now we have the World Tournament announcer. We're ready to go here. I think this is going to be a really, really good turn for Super 17. I mean, we'll have to see. I don't really know what he's going to get up to. I mean, I have used, Gogeta and his active. I have the domain up. We have the items. I'm going to guess probably maybe ballpark like 600 millish would be my guess. Ballpark. I mean, it might be off by 100 mil or so either way, but I mean, he's not going to be like the craziest attack stacker, but for stacking only once only, getting it on EZA, I think I'm fine with that. Alright, let's see. 430, huh? I thought it'd be a little higher than that. Damn. Okay, well, I mean, once again, he just got it on his EZA. And 430 mil, I mean, that's not, I've just got off the tail end of doing like several like billion, 900 million in a row, so I suppose maybe it was a good time to get this guy in, considering, part of the reason why I'm trying to do all like the revisits that I have been is like, okay, I want to make sure that when we get a number like 430 million, that we get it in now, instead of, 3 months down the line when Dokkan fucking doubles the numbers again, like they've been doing. Yeah, I mean, once again, I suppose, like, 20% off the leader skill phase, right? And, I don't have the 3 Dukes in him, but, I mean, it doesn't make that big of a difference overall. Like, maybe I'd get up to 500 million. Maybe. Like, it's not like not having those things is making a huge difference. So, I'm just going to check on my computer here. So, his attack right now, as you can see, 18,950. Now, 55%, that's 16,850. Right? So, we have 2,100 higher. But that's only, what is this, 1,300 off the max. And 20%, leader skill. Like, it's not, it'd be a max of like 500 mil. It may be more likely 480 mil or something like that. Like, it wouldn't be that big of a difference if I did have him rainbow and we were on a full 440. But it's just, I did the best I could with what I have. So, unfortunate that he did not hit that hard, but, I mean, once again, he is only stacking once. And I did say towards the beginning, I mean, sure, some of my highest attack stackers are characters that only stack once on the 18 key, with the GDC LRs, Rose Zamasu, as well as Vegeta Goku. All 4 are some of my hardest hitting. But they also, I mean, if you look at their passives, I mean, they have like 400 some odd % phase 1 and 300% phase 2 and big giant fucking links and fucking 1,000,000% of buffs they can get, and it's like, they're just in a different ballpark, obviously. I mean, this is the Yellow Coin LR EZA versus a brand new Dokkan Fest Carnival LR tier character, right? So, I think this is fair enough, especially with his design. For what he is, and them just adding this, like, I think this is pretty decent overall. Now, Baby is a character, when I do him properly, I do think he does have the potential. I mean, we'll see. To be hitting in the ballpark of these billion some odd characters. But we'll see. Once again, I mean, I could only get a 69% Baby here. He'll probably also be on a 420% lead, because I can't really rock physical Omega, because the AoE. But other than that, when I do his, he'll be Rainbow. I'll have all of his links and everything, so he should look very crazy. But yeah, I'm going to end things here. I'm, not the highest number, but not the worst either. I don't think, at least. I mean, it's definitely on the lower end of characters I've done recently, but I mean, he's also higher than like Vegeta and Trunks, for example. I did Vegeta and Trunks not that long ago. I think they only got up to some 200, 300 millish. And they're a brand new Dokkan Fest LR EZA, right? So, I mean, it just depends. So, yeah, we're gonna end this one here though. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.